Have you ever stopped mid-bite into a Doritos and thought, how are these insanely flavorful chips actually made? Every single day, more than 70,000 bags of Doritos are produced to meet global demand. That adds up to over 18 million bags every year. And behind every bag is an incredible mix of farming, science, industrial engineering, and a whole lot of cheese powder. The journey of a Doritos starts in the cornfields. Massive mechanical harvesters roll through acres of farmland, gathering up over 140 tons of corn every single day. Precision is key. Machines carefully slice the stalks just above the ground, removing the corn cobs without damaging the grains. Each cob is shot into huge containers, which are then loaded onto trucks and transported directly to the Frito-Lay processing plant. Once it arrives at the factory, the corn goes through its first major transformation. It's cleaned thoroughly, using vibrating screens that remove dust, sand, and even tiny stones. The goal is to get the purest grain possible. Then, the grains are dried until their moisture content hits 14%, a critical number that ensures the corn will cook and grind properly in the next steps. Each day, the factory receives a delivery of 45,000 kilograms of this processed corn. It's moved into massive industrial cooking pots, where it's boiled in water at nearly 200 degrees Fahrenheit. After a few minutes of cooking, the corn is transferred to open soaking tanks. There it sits for 12 hours, yes, half a day, to allow the kernels to soften completely and absorb moisture evenly. This long soak also loosens the tough outer husks. Once softened, high-powered water jets blast away the husks, leaving behind nothing but tender, hydrated corn. It's now ready for one of the oldest food processing techniques in the world, stone grinding. Giant millstones rotate to crush the corn into a soft, pliable dough. As it grinds, water is added to achieve the perfect consistency. This dough is the base of every Dorito chip. Quality control technicians constantly check the texture and moisture to make sure it's just right. From there, the dough is rolled into thin sheets and passed through machines with sharp roller dies. These dies cut the dough into thousands of precise triangle shapes every minute, 6,000 per minute to be exact, which adds up to more than 8 million triangles in a single day. Any scraps of dough are immediately recycled back into the dough tanks, keeping the process waste-free. Now it's time to add some heat. The raw tortilla triangles move into a massive 3-tiered oven set to a scorching 340 degrees Celsius, over 640 Fahrenheit. Here, they spend just 16 seconds baking. This short burst of heat does something very important. It seals in the moisture and creates tiny steam bubbles inside the dough. These bubbles are what give Doritos their iconic texture and satisfying crunch. After cooling briefly on a conveyor, the semi-cooked chips head to the fryer. They're plunged into hot vegetable oil at 182 degrees Celsius, or about 360 degrees Fahrenheit. They spend just under a minute in the fryer, becoming crispy, golden, and full of those little air pockets that make each bite airy yet crunchy. As the chips emerge from the fryer, a vibrating conveyor removes any excess oil and returns it to the system. Now comes the part we all love the most, the flavor. The chips are fed into a huge rotating drum where they're misted with a fine spray of rapeseed oil. This oil helps the seasoning stick evenly across every surface. Then, the signature nacho cheese blend is added, an irresistible mix of cheddar, parmesan, spices, flavor enhancers like MSG, and preservatives to extend shelf life. Giant bags of the seasoning are emptied into a hopper, which gradually releases the powder into the spinning drum. As the drum rotates, the chips tumble gently, each one coated in a perfect, even layer of flavor. The chips themselves act as a buffer, protecting each other from breaking. It's a delicate balance of motion, timing, and flavor. Once seasoned, the Doritos travel along a 30-meter-long conveyor belt. This gives them time to cool completely before they're packaged. Cooling is essential. It prevents condensation inside the bags, which could ruin the chip's texture. Finally, the chips reach the packaging department. Precision machines weigh each portion, drop them into the iconic foil-lined bags, seal them airtight, and prepare them for shipping. The entire process, from raw corn to finished bag, happens in a single, highly synchronized flow. Doritos aren't just chips. They're the result of decades of innovation, expert engineering, and non-stop dedication to flavor. From a humble San Diego restaurant idea in the 1960s to a $4 billion global brand, Doritos have become a snack icon across the world. So the next time you open a bag, take a second to appreciate the journey, because that perfect triangle of crunch and flavor has traveled a long way to get to you. If you find the video interesting, like, share, subscribe to the Food Lab 11, and don't forget to click the bell button.